Welcome back to Cooking with Ash. If you're new to the channel, I welcome you and I hope you consider hitting that subscribe button. To all our subscribers, sending your thanks, love, and gratitude. Today's recipe is going to be my take on some flaky, silky, and delicious bus-up shot. Join me in the kitchen as I show you how to prepare this step by step. Every bite is going to be so satisfying. It's going to quickly become one of your favorite way of making parathas. So let's get started. To start prepare our bus-up shot, I am sifting here 3 cups of flour, and throughout this video as I go along, I will be listing the ingredients, for your convenience if you want to try this recipe. So we went ahead with 3 cups of all-purpose flour. I am gonna go in here with 2.5 teaspoons of baking powder. You want to work that in really well, and about a tablespoon of light brown sugar. You can use the white sugar here, and we're going to proceed to work this into the dough. And I am going to go in with some lukewarm milk here. You can use lukewarm water if you don't want to use the milk, but the milk makes the roti, the bus-up shot, very nice and soft and flaky and tender. It gives it that nice texture. So I'm gonna proceed to form a dough here, and I'm gonna go ahead and gradually add our milk. I'm gonna leave in the I'm not gonna put the recipe in the description box. As I mentioned, I'm going to just go ahead and tell you guys as I go along. And for me, I have here about 1.5 cup of milk, and you might need more or less depending on your flour texture and the climate you're in. So I'm gonna go ahead and bring this to a dough, and then I'm gonna come back and show you the next step. So I went ahead and transferred my dough to my surface here, my clean surface, and I'm gonna proceed to work this or knead it for about a minute or two, until the dough is not sticky anymore. At this point, we're not going to add any dry flour to this dough. If it do get sticky, do use some ghee on your fingers, or butter, or a little bit of oil. Whatever works for you. I am choosing to use some ghee. You want to keep this nice, soft, and moist. So I'm going to proceed to give this a good kneading, about 1 to 2 minutes, so the gluten can develop properly into this, and we can have nice, soft, silky, flaky bus-up shot. Do you guys see it's not sticking to my surface? That is a great indication we have the perfect dough. So nice and smooth. I'm gonna go ahead and put some ghee on this. You can put butter, oil, and put it back into our mixing bowl and let it rest for at least 25 to 30 minutes. The longer you let this dough rest, it's softer and nicer it's going to be. So I'm just packing in some ghee to it, lightly packing in some ghee, and then we're gonna proceed to prepare our other mixture that is gonna be used for this roti. I am gonna go in with a damp piece of paper towel to cover this, seal it up so no draft or anything go in to seep into this bowl and get to the roti and make it, or the bus-up shot, and make it crusty. I keep saying roti because I'm accustomed to call it roti, but we're doing bus-up shot. The bus-up shot is made very, very similar to roti. Some of the ingredients that is added here I don't really add to my roti, so that's why I keep saying roti, but we're making bus-up shot, so forgive me if I keep on saying roti. And now I'm gonna go in with a tea towel and cover this, secure this really, tight, and let it rest until we're ready for this dough. So to oil up our bus-up shot, and these are the ingredients I will be using. I have here 3 tablespoons of vegetable shortening, or some call it lard. that's what it's looking like. I have here 1 tablespoon of butter, and I'm using 3 tablespoons of ghee. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do, I'm gonna go ahead and combine them or mix them up in the bowl here. And we're gonna proceed to start roll out our bus-up shots and oil them. So my dough been resting now for about 45 minutes. You know, the longer you let it rest, better for you. I am going to go ahead and divide this dough. And you know, you can divide it as big as you want your bus-up shot, or as little as, you know, you want it. So I'm gonna roll it out and divide it to four portions, trying to get 4 equal portions. And I'm gonna form them into dough balls, set them aside. And while you set them aside, please make sure to cover them with a damp piece of paper towel, you know, so the dough don't get all crusty or anything of the sort. I'm gonna add some dry flour to my surface, and I'm gonna start to roll out this dough ball. And you wanna roll it out as thin as possible. Thin and big as possible. If it's sticking, just gradually add a little bit of flour to it. And this is what our finished rolled out dough is looking like. I'm going, you know, spreading a thin layer of our mixture that I have on the side. I'm spreading it out nicely, make sure all the ends and everything is well coated. Now I'm gonna go in and gradually add some dry flour. You know, be generous. I like to add, you know, a good amount of dry flour here. I'm gonna use my pizza cutter and cut it, or a knife can be used. And I'm gonna proceed to form it. So what we're doing here is like we're rolling it up. So, you know, when this is finished, you're going to have nice flaky layers. You want to go ahead and tuck the ends in well. And that's it. That's it. You just cover it, you know, put it in a bowl and cover it with a damp piece of paper towel for like about half an hour. And then you're going to start cooking your bus-up shot. These are the tools we will be using to finish up our bus-up shot. And here I have dabala. So you're gonna use it to clap it, or if you don't have these, you can use roti turner and try to pull it together and do it. But this usually what is used, the dabla, to clap it or bust it up on the tawa. Guyanese use their hands to clap it. To oil this up, I'm gonna use the remainder of the mixture that I did to oil the roti. This is the remainder of it. We're going to use this to oil up the I keep saying roti, the bus-up shot. So let's start rolling out our bus-up shot. Look how nice and soft this loya is. So I'm gonna go ahead and sprinkle some dry flour, and I'm gonna proceed to start rolling out our bus-up shot. Listen, shape and matter here right now. If we roll out square, round, whatever shape you get, it is what it is. It's going to bust up and you're going to enjoy it regardless. So I'm just dropping a little bit of dry flour. I don't want this to stick, you know. I'm going to roll it out and then I'm going to come back and show you. This is what our bus-up shot is looking like, all rolled out. I'm going to go ahead and transfer this to our tawa. I have my tawa here heating up on medium to low heat. And I'm just adding some of our mixture to it, like kind of oiling it in the sense. And we're going to, let me just spread this out. You can use a brush and spread it out here. I feel like my tawa a little too hot. I'm going to turn down the heat on this. We don't want to burn this up. And I'm going to drop our bus-up shot here. We're going to let it cook on one side and we're going to proceed to flip it. So you're going to know when to turn it. It's going to start get a little bit like, you know, bubbles to it. So now that you see those little bubbles, that's a great indication to go ahead and turn this over. As you can see, it got a little too brown for my take, but it's okay. I'm gonna go ahead and oil this with my mixture that I have. Oil it up really nice. And I'm gonna flip it. It's so nice and soft. I'm gonna oil the other side. Atiani, your brother Rio is calling there for you.
Yes?
Yep. You know, some people like their bus-up shot more on the lighter side. They don't like the brown crispiness to it. Some of them like the crispiness to it, you know. I'm gonna flip this over back. Make sure you get nice, you know, like the ends are cooked. Look how nice and soft this is. Now you're going to go ahead and start bringing this in like that. And you're gonna, you know, plop it up together like that. But look how nice and fluffy and buttery this is looking. Perfect. Whee! You wanna bust it up. And it's so flaky and crispy. Look at that, guys. Look at that. You're gonna get a mess, but it's okay. Look at that. So flaky, buttery, soft, silky soft. Okay, guys, we have a taste tester for our bus-up shot, and this is what it's looking like. So nice and soft, paper thin, soft, silky, smooth. I can't describe it. Let's have Atiana go in for it, and she's gonna let you guys know.
That's so soft. Okay, I'm gonna take a bite of the roti first.
Well, it's more of a bus-up shot. Some of the ingredients are different from our regular roti.
It tastes so buttery and soft. It is so easy to pull.
Yeah, it's like paper thin. Look at this, guys. Look at this texture on this. It's like literally falling apart. Literally falling apart. How soft. I had to take a piece of it. It's so good. So go ahead. Try it with the pumpkin.
Okay. That's really good.
So there you have it. Atiana love it, and I hope you guys enjoy our take on some delicious, silky, soft, buttery bus-up shot paratha. So thank you guys so much for joining us in the kitchen. Sending you our love, thanks, and gratitude.
Bye. Mwah. You guys better try this recipe.
You're threatening my viewers.